Happy Friday. I hope everyone's doing well. Just did a training video in the facility and it kind of got my brain rolling, so I wanted to put something out there. I want parents and coaches of kids in like the 12, 13, 14, 15 range especially, be really aware of the feedback you're giving your players and your kids when they're training in a tunnel. I grew up in the time of hit the back of the cage, work the back of the tunnel. If you hit the top of the cage, it was a bad swing. Even into college, we're taking batting practice on the field, and if you hit it back and hit the L screen, everyone cheered and said great swing. And that's fine because that's working on a specific skill. I think that's great for working repeatability and making sure that we're able to repeat our swing as a whole. But one thing that I also notice a lot, especially at the younger games, is you hear your dads from the side, or you hear coaches yelling, "Drive the baseball, let's go." Kids don't know what that means, especially if they're used to being in a cage setting where they're told to hit the back of the tunnel, hit the L screen, hit it back up, and then if they do hit the top of the cage, it's a negative feedback. That's not a good swing. That's not what we're trying to do. But when in reality, the drive the baseball swing, the one that takes the ball to the deepest part of the parks, in a cage setting, those most are going to hit the roof of the tunnel halfway, maybe 3/4 of the way down the cage. And that actually results in a really positive result. But if we're giving negative reinforcement to our kids and our players every time that happens, they're teaching themselves not to do that. And then in reality, we're expecting them to do that when they get on the field. So let's just be honest about, if we're working on hitting the back of the cage, by all means, it's a great thing. But if we're working on hitting for power, elevating the baseball, hitting the ball to the deepest parts of the park, we have to understand where that's going to actually hit in the cage, and be honest about that feedback, so we're not holding those guys back when in fact that's what we want them to do. So just be aware of what kind of feedback you're giving kids, so that you're reinforcing the things you actually want to see happen in a game.